In today's video, we are going to answer the burning question that everybody's been thinking about.
How do we even get out of it?
I grew up without a father, and I know how hard it is. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hi, my name is Lan.
Name's Am.
We have a 2-year-old daughter named Sky. 3 months ago, we packed our bags and moved to the country of the Philippines. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notifications so you never miss another video.
We are now going to talk about why we left Canada and what we learned throughout this whole journey.
I moved to Canada when I was 14 years old in 2001, so you can go ahead and calculate my age. Here is the calculation. Well, I think I adjusted to the Canadian life pretty well. I had lots of friends growing up in high school, and I went to university. I met him, and then I completed my postgraduate, got a job.
Dream guy.
Wow. And traveled, in different places. Our life was great. We had a good quality of life. In 2019, we had Sky. Canada is great. It's great to raise a family. It's pretty safe there.
Let me tell you about my little story. So, I left the Philippines when I was 7 years old. I grew up in Canada pretty much all my life. Did my postgraduate in university there to attain my registered nurse license. That's right, nurses. Shout out to all of y'all.
Reasons why we left Canada.
Yeah, we fell in love with the Philippines.
We visited Philippines in 2015, and since we got back, we started having this thought like, oh, what if we go to the Philippines, maybe buy a land there, maybe build something. We didn't have all the other things figured out, like what are we gonna do there? How's Sky gonna adjust? Like, are we gonna sell stuff?
No! God, please, no! No! No!
We had a vision book. We would always go to like Tim Hortons and talk about our plans and how we're gonna do this. In the end, we actually came up with a plan to retire in our 40s, not in our 30s.
Your 40s, because you're older.
Yeah,
than
my
me,
40s.
So I'm like, we have to get technical here.
When you have that initial idea or dream, hold on to it. You gotta keep the fire lit. Second is fear of missing out. When Sky was born, I kind of made a promise to her, like I would be there for her every moment of every day. And I couldn't actually fulfill that promise because I was working way too much. I would work 10 hours a day, Monday to Friday, sometimes pick up a shift on weekends, so I don't really see Sky that much. Or when I do come back home, she's already sleeping. So that was killing me inside, and I knew things had to change.
Yeah, we just miss out on so much of Sky's development.
I actually just wanted to touch on this a little bit more because this kind of hits home. I grew up without a father, and I know how hard it is not to kind of have anyone to ask for guidance, especially growing up. And I know I didn't want to do this for Sky. If I continued on this path, say I was nursing for until she's 18, I know I would miss about 6 years of her life indirectly if you were to add up all the hours I put in from working. I would miss 6 years of her life. Reason number 3, COVID changed everything. Nung nag-hit yung pandemic na redeploy na kami, nasend ako sa ICU.
And emergency.
In emergency, I was working long hours. You cannot have any vacation. We were all we were all burnt out. I definitely felt the stress. I would get palpitations.
So how this affected me and Sky too was since he's out working most of the time or like night shift siya, then hindi na siya nakikita ni Sky. Pag off naman siya, dun ako nag-work, and it's just a lot of late night working, not a lot of sleep, and on top of that, we lived so far away from our family. Like after COVID hit, everything kind of just started going, like the gears started turning. It's like, how do we even get out of here?
Things started to fall in place too. When COVID hit, we kind of saw this as an opportunity to jump on our dream and goals ASAP. At this point, we had all our investments lined up. We were set for passive income. We're good. We had a house to live in the Philippines. Thank you, Mama. I love you. Thank you for letting us stay in your house. And then we also have Lanny's parents, who's going to retire. We'll have lots and lots of help over there. Fourth reason.
Past 2 years, we really realized how short life is. Some people are healthy, and next thing you know, they're gone. One of the main things that people regret is the things that they don't end up doing. So we had that thought in our head, we had that dream, and we saw an opportunity, so we jumped on it.
Hey.
Wait, what is that saying? Life is too short. Smile while you have teeth. Or something like that. Oh, tomorrow is not a guarantee, so do what makes you happy.
Back in the man.
I
don't know.
Fifth reason.
Number 5. We want to live life in service of others, because we've always had this conversation about purpose and meaning of life. See how life here can be so rough. Mahirap ng buhay dito. Ang daming tao na nag-struggle. And it's hard to dream and make any of your goals happen here when you're in survival mode palagi.
So we don't know exactly how we're going to do that yet, actually. We're still trying to figure out kung paano namin gagawin yon based on the need that we see here and the type of people that we meet. This leads us to what we learned during this whole process. What did you learn? Did you learn anything?
Okay, so what we've learned so far, the first one is that Sky is amazing. Do not underestimate how adaptable these kids are.
She's only 2 years old.
She's only
by the
2 years
way.
old. She can laba. She can do a listing thing.
We explained to her now we're gonna move to a different country and you're gonna live in a different house. You don't have your own room anymore. Pero naintindihan niya lahat yon and pinapaulit-ulit niya sa amin yun. Parang that's how you know that a kid understands pag inulit niya sa'yo kung ano yung sinabi mo sa kanya. Second thing that we learned, na people here who are living differently than us, parang you see yung mga alternative ways of doing things, how they do groceries, laba. And we've seen this before because we were born here. Pero si Sky, makikita niya rin yun.
And hopefully, like, when Sky sees all these hardships, like, it makes her more compassionate towards others. And ultimately, this is the biggest thing that we want her to learn, is that, to give and to live life in gratitude and just help people. Spread the love. The last thing we learned, which is the most important thing, is that we do not need a lot to be happy.
In Canada, we have all these things available to us, and then we thought we were happy. We're happy. We had a good quality of life, like I mentioned. When we moved here, there's less of that, especially in the province. But then we're still okay. We're kind of, we adjusted to it. We're like, oh, they don't have this, but it didn't affect our quality of life at all. We're still happy.
As long as you have the basics down pat. Like
as long as you
shelter,
have food, shelter, water. As long as you have that, and safety, parang like additional material things don't really add up to your happiness. So that's why we came up with Simple Life. To be exact, a simple and minimalistic lifestyle.
But with a touch of extraordinary in there.
So takeaways. Canada is our second home. We loved it there. There were so many things to do. We had so many great memories. Sky is also Canadian.
Even though we've left a lot of people in Canada, we are so excited to see what the future holds for us. But we can't wait to go back home, hopefully every year or two, just to see everybody and just to catch up, kind of reminisce on good old times. Can't wait to see everyone back there.
But for now, we're just focusing on building our life here, our foundation, a house, our own house.
Our house, our sustainable living. I do see some comments asking about what type of passive income we came up with.
We're also doing some research here to figure out what we can do in terms of investment here in the Philippines. If you guys are interested in knowing what we did exactly to get to where we are now, please comment down below.
That's it for this video, guys. Alright, simple life, we out.
Why is it so tight? Why can't you